fighting for more. Fourth down territory, the line is drawn. We're right as the game rolls on. Heart and grit under Sunday night skies. It's do or die where champions rise.
Okay. I hope everybody can hear me. For some odd reason. There we go. Some odd reason wasn't bringing up my my ugly ass face. But welcome to Four Down Territory. I'm your host, Ryan Neff. Sorry, that just threw me off for just a second there. All things NFL. Thanks to Norm for putting together that little ditty in the beginning. So thanks to him. So let's delve right into it, shall we? Week 14 in the NFL is complete. A lot of interesting shit going on, obviously. But let's start with what went down last week. It all started Thursday. The Lions beat the Cowboys 44-30. Cowboys basically reverting back to their old self. So for the Cowboys, Dak Prescott was 31 of 47, 376 yards, a touchdown, but he threw 2 picks. He was sacked 5 times, by the way. Javonte Williams, 17 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown, rushing. Receiving, CeeDee Lamb, 6 catches, 121 yards. Ryan Flournoy, 9 catches, 115 yards, and a touchdown. Deron Bland and DeMarvion Overshown, 7 total tackles for the Lions. Excuse me, Jared Goff. He was 25 of 34, 309 yards, a touchdown, no picks. David Montgomery, 6 carries, 60 yards, and a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, 3 rushing touchdowns. Jameson Williams, 7 catches for 96 yards, your leading receiver. Jack Campbell, 12 total tackles for the Lions. Team stats, really all you need to know. Dallas, 3 turnovers. The Lions, none. The difference in the game. Lions won the rushing battle. Cowboys are better on third down. They actually converted 2 of 2 on fourth down, but turnovers will kill, ladies and gentlemen. The Lions sitting at 8-5 now, right behind the Packers and the Bears. And the Cowboys 6-1. They still have a sliver of hope for the division. I think the wild card is out of the question. They're going to have to win the division to get in. Let's go to the Sunday game, shall we? The Seahawks beat the shit out of the Falcons 37-9. It was not close. Falcons looked horrendous. Seattle, Sam Darnold, 20 of 30, 249 yards, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Zach Charbonnet, yes, a good Charbonnet. 7 carries, 46 yards. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 7 catches for 92 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ernest Jones, the 4th, 11 total tackles. For Atlanta, Kirk Cousins, he was 15 of 30, 162 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks. Bijan Robinson, 20 carries, 86 yards. Kyle Pitts, 6 catches for 90 yards. A.J. Terrell Jr., your leading tackler for Atlanta with 8 total tackles. We go to the stats. Atlanta turned it over 3 times to Seattle's 1. Atlanta was 1 of 13 on third downs. Not going to cut it. That's like a step above bad. Turn it over 3 times. You can't put together sustained drives. You get your ass kicked. Falcons are 4-9. The Seahawks 10-3. And again, I did not see this coming out of the Seahawks this year, but I was wrong. Or as Fonzie used to say way back in the day on Happy Days for our youngsters out there, I was the Bengals snatched defeat away from victory. They lose to the Bills 39-34. Bad loss for the Bengals. I thought if they won this game, they probably were going to win the division as far as I was concerned. But Joe Burrow, 25 of 36, 284 yards, 4 touchdowns, but he threw 2 crucial interceptions. Cincinnati could not run the football, 19 carries collectively for 62 yards. T. Higgins, 6 catches, 92 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns. Geno Stone and Jordan Battle, 9 total tackles apiece. For Buffalo, Josh Allen accounted for 4 touchdowns. He was 22 of 28, 251 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks in a snowstorm. James Cook, the third, 18 carries for 80 yards. Receiving, Dawson Knox with a big day, 6 catches, 93 yards receiving. Jordan Pryor, 8 total tackles. We go to the team stats. All you need to know, Burrow's 2 picks. Buffalo ran the ball 29 times for 183 yards. Bengals ran it 19 times for 62 yards. For 52 minutes, the Bengals were the better team, and then the Bengals do what they do, and they collapsed. Bills are now 9-4, firmly in the wild card race. Bengals are now 4-9, really on life support at this point. They would have to win the division, and they would have to win their last 4 games just to be 8-9. Probably not going to happen. Titans beat the Bengals 31-29. Shame on you, Browns. Sorry, the Browns. Titans beat the Browns 31-29. For those of you getting excited about Shedeur Sanders, just pump the brakes. It's the fucking Titans, for Christ's sake. Now, if he does it consistently here, the last 4 games of the season, then I'll say, okay, we may have something here. For Tennessee, Cam Ward was 14 of 28, 117 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Tony Pollard, 25 carries, 161 yards, 2 touchdowns rushing. Good for him. Tennessee receiving, non-existent. Tajay Spears, 2 catches, 28 yards. Cedric Gray, 10 total tackles. For the Browns, Shedeur was 23 of 42, 364 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. Cleveland run game non-existent, 20 carries, 61 yards collectively. Harold Fannin Jr., tight ends having a day. 8 catches, 114 yards, and 1 touchdown receiving. Carson Schwezinger, 8 total tackles. We go to the team stats. Really, all you need to know, Tennessee, 184 yards rushing, Cleveland, 61. And Tennessee was -1, or they were +1 in the turnover category. So a nice win for the Titans, I guess. Browns are 3-10, Titans 2-11. They're shining up their golf clubs. In a game that I thought would be close and that the Commanders would win, Commanders shit the bed. The Vikings beat the hell out of them 31-0. Jaden Daniels got knocked out of the game with an elbow injury. Marcus Mariota didn't look good either. I won't go over the passing stats because it was bad. Chris Rodriguez Jr., their leading rusher, 10 for 52. Terry McLaurin, 3 catches, 41 yards. Bobby Wagner, 16 total tackles. For Minnesota, J.J. McCarthy coming back, 16 of 23, 163 yards, 3 touchdowns, more importantly, 0 picks, though he was sacked 4 times. Aaron Jones Sr., 14 carries, 76 yards rushing. Jordan Addison, 4 catches, 62 yards, and Blake Cashman, 10 total tackles. We go to the team stats. Really, all you need to know, Washington, 3 turnovers, Minnesota, none. Minnesota won the rushing battle. They were better on 3rd down, better on 4th down. Ass whooping. Minnesota 5-8. The Commanders 3-10. Dolphins beat the Jets. I thought the Jets would actually win this game, but then I had to realize they're the Jets. Tua 13 of 21, 127 yards, a touchdown, no picks. Jalen Wright, 24 carries, 107 yards, and a touchdown. Rushing, Devin Achane, 7 for 92 and a tutty. Leading receiver was Mr. Waddle with 5 catches for 50 yards and a receiving touchdown. Your leading tackler was Ashton Davis, 6 total tackles. For the Jets, Brady Cook and Tyrod Taylor each took a shot at it. I think Tyrod got hurt early on. Brady Cook, 14 to 30, 163, no touchdowns, 2 picks. New York rushing collectively 17 times, 65 yards. Brady Cook was sacked 6 times. New York receiving, Mason Taylor, 5 for 51. Jamie and Sherwood, 15 total tackles. Team stats. Jets 3 turnovers, Miami none. Miami 239 yards rushing, the Jets 65. Hence the ass whooping. Both teams are just fucking horrible on third down. But the turnovers, the rushing by Miami, 34-10. Jets 3-10. Dolphins still alive for a wild card at 6-7. Upset of the week, the Saints beat the Buccaneers 24-20. Shame on you, Tampa. I believe they were 5-1 at one point, or 4-1, 3-5 since. Tyler Shuck, 13-20, 144 yards, no touchdowns, and a pick. Devin Neal, 19 carries, 70 yards, a rushing touchdown. Tyler Shuck with 2 rushing touchdowns as well. Devon Vele, 3 catches for 40 yards. Kool-Aid, McKinstry, and Demario Davis, 7 total tackles. For the Buccaneers, Baker was 14-30 for 122, a touchdown, and a pick. Bucky Irving, 15 carries for 55 yards. Chris Godwin Jr., 5 catches for 55 yards. Christian Isian, 8 total tackles. We go to the team stats. Buccaneers won the rushing battle. They won the passing battle. They were horrible on third down. I don't know how they lost the game, but they did. You would think by the stats that Tampa won the game, but the Saints just made more of their opportunities. The Saints are 3-10. The Buccaneers 7-6. They're going to be in a battle with the Panthers the rest of the way, and the Panthers right now, the way they're playing, are no joke. So, whoever wins this division will probably be the only team that gets into the playoffs. Jaguars handled the Colts 36-19. Daniel Jones got knocked out. He has a ruptured Achilles. Done for the year, needs surgery. The Colt season looks so promising at 7-1. 1-4 since, going down the tubes quick. You hate to see it. Riley Leonard came in. He was 18-29, 145, no touchdowns and a pick. Jonathan Taylor, 21 carries, 74 yards and a touchdown. Alec Pierce, 5 catches, 80 yards. Michael Pittman Jr., 9 catches, 79 yards. Leading tackler was Zaire Franklin with 7 total tackles. For the Jags, Trevor Lawrence, 17-30, 244, 2 touchdowns, more importantly, no picks. Travis Etienne, 20 carries, 74 yards, 2 touchdowns. Brian Thomas Jr., 3 catches, 87 yards. Antonio Johnson, Devin Lloyd, 8 total tackles apiece. Go to the team stats. Indianapolis turned it over 3 times to Jacksonville's 1. Jacksonville won the running battle. They were a little bit better on third down. Right now, Jacksonville sits on top of the NFC or the AFC South now. They're 9-4. Colts 8-5. Still in it, but the way the season's looked the last 5-6 weeks for them, it's not good. Steelers beat the Ravens 27-22. Steel City Renegades, I think the guys over there on Sunday, I think they picked Steelers or Ravens across the board. I said Steelers. Aaron Rodgers, 23-34, 284 touchdowns, no pick. Pittsburgh could not run the football again. 17 carries, 34 yards collectively, but Rodgers had a rushing touchdown. Gainwell had a rushing touchdown. That really needs to change, and they just haven't changed it, and I don't know why. With Gainwell, Warren, you got Caleb Johnson, DK Metcalf, breakout game, 7 catches, 148 yards receiving. Cole Holcomb, 9 total tackles. For the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, 19 of 35, 219, a touchdown and a pick. He kind of looks out of sorts. Derrick Henry, 25 carries, 94 yards. Zay Flowers, 8 catches, 124 yards receiving. Roquan Smith, 10 total tackles. I mean, good Lord. I mean, Baltimore, 40 carries for 217 yards. The Steelers, 17 for 34. The interception hurt, no doubt. But Baltimore, they were great on fourth down. They were great on third down. They just couldn't put it together. Got down, came back a bit. Ravens are 6-7. The Steelers are 7-6. Whoever wins this division, I believe, will be the only representative from the NFC North in the playoffs, unless really something funky happens from now until the end of the year. Broncos held off the Raiders. I know Pete Carroll came out and said why he kicked the field goal late instead of like maybe going over a touchdown. I get it. The logic is you kick the field goal thinking you have enough time for an onside kick. You get the onside kick, and then you do the Hail Mary and throw it into the end zone and see what happens. But Bo Nix was 31 of 38, 212 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. RJ Harvey, 17 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown. Cortland Sutton, 6 carries, 62 yards. I'm sorry, 6 receptions, 62 yards receiving. Alex Singleton, 8 total tackles. For the Raiders, they used 2 quarterbacks. I believe Geno Smith got hurt. Collectively, they were 21 of 32, 189 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Las Vegas couldn't run the ball. 12 carries, 40 yards. Jack Beck, 6 receptions for 50 yards. Devin White, 19 total tackles. We go to the team stats. Look, Denver, 152 yards rushing. The Raiders, 40. Broncos were 7 of 12 on third down. Raiders were 3 and 9. You win the rushing battle. It's basically 40-20 time of possession. That's how you lose. Broncos 11 and 2, vying right now for the top seed in the NFC in a bye week, and the Raiders now 2 and 11, thinking about where they're going to go on a cruise for the holidays. Packers beat the Bears in a good one, 28-21. Packers were up 21-7. Bears came back, tied it at 21 apiece. Packers scored late, held them off with a Caleb Williams interception in the end zone. Chicago, Caleb was 19 of 35, 186, 2 touchdowns, but he threw that costly pick. Chicago rushing, DeAndre Swift, 13 for 63. Luther Burden, the third, 4 catches, 67 yards. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, 10 total tackles. For Green Bay, Jordan Love was 17 of 25, 234, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Josh Jacobs, 20 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown. Christian Watson, good day, 4 catches, 89 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns. Edgerrin Cooper, 11 total tackles. Go to the team stats. Just a well-played game. Just Green Bay made one more play in the end, equally matched. The Packers 9-3-1 now sit on top of the NFC North. Bears are 9-4 in second, a half game back, but firmly in the race. Much to the joy of all the minions in Chicago. As we go down the list here, as we follow the bouncing ball. The Rams beat the hell out of the Cardinals 45-17. Game wasn't close. It was a laugher. Matthew Stafford, 22 of 31, 281, 3 touchdowns. More importantly, no picks. Blake Corum, 12 rushes, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Kyron Williams, 13 for 84 and a tutty. Puka Nakua had a day. 7 catches, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns. Omar Spates and Cam Curl, 6 total tackles. The Cardinals, Jacoby Brissett was 25 of 44, 271 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Arizona rushing non-existent, 14 carries, 51 yards collectively. Michael Wilson had a good day, 11 catches, 142 yards, 2 touchdowns receiving. Owen Papo, 10 total tackles. Papo or Papoe? Difference in the game, all you need to know. Los Angeles, 249 yards rushing, the Cardinals, 51. That's how you get your ass kicked. Rams, 10-3. Cardinals, 3-10. I firmly believe that you're probably going to get 2 wildcard teams out of the NFC West. Texans beat my Chiefs because my Chiefs right now, they stink. I said it before the season started. They were not going to make the playoffs. Everybody called me crazy. But look, they're not a good football team. They look beaten. They look old. They look defeated. Texans probably put the nail in the coffin, by the way. Chiefs would have to win their last 4 to go 10-7 to even try and sniff a wild card. CJ Stroud for the Texans was 15 of 31, 203 yards, a touchdown, no picks. Woody Marks, 26 carries, 68 yards. Houston receiving. Nico Collins, Nicola, 4 for 121. Houston defensively, Tommy Togiai, 10 total tackles. For the Chefs, Mahomes, 14 of 33, 160 yards, no touchdowns. But he threw 3 picks, trying to do too much as usual. He was the leading rusher for Kansas City, they can't run the ball. The quarterback's your leading rusher. It's not good. 28-9 for 126 collectively. Xavier Worthy, 3 catches, 55 yards. Chiefs were dropping passes. They couldn't do shit. Nick Bolton, 12 total tackles. Team stats, 3 interceptions by the Chiefs, no turnovers by the Texans. Yes, Chiefs won the running battle, but they couldn't sustain drives. They were throwing interceptions. They were dropping passes. They stink. Texans are 8-5 now. They're only a game out of first in the NFC South. Chiefs on life support. And I'll say this. I put this on Brett Veach, the GM. Obviously, Chiefs got their ass kicked in the Super Bowl. Okay, we need offensive line help. They tried to bolster up the offensive line, but they did nothing anywhere else. Nothing. Running backs are pedestrian. The receivers are pedestrian. You want to say Rashee Rice is maybe a potential number 1 receiver? Okay. Travis Kelce, he looks defeated. He just does. He has nothing left to prove. I hear people saying he should retire. I don't know if he's going to. He does not want to go out like this. So we'll see. And we just stop with the whole Andy Reid thing about firing or stepping aside. He has earned the right to try and correct the ship. It's not going to happen this year. But Brett Veach has to make some bold moves. They need a solid number 1 running back and a decent number 2 running back. And the receiving core, you got to have a solid number 1. I thought they should have gone after Devontae Adams in the offseason. They didn't. Maybe go to Patrick and say, can you restructure your contract? Devontae, even though he's a lot older, he's still a viable number 1 with a good quarterback, as he's proving with the Rams. Then we go to Monday night's game yesterday. All you suckhole Eagle fans out there who give me shit about the Chiefs, justified. I can handle it. I can take it. But none of you guys are out there today saying shit. Most of you. You disappeared. You crawled back into the woodwork. Chargers win 22-19. Jalen Hurts with four total turnovers, 2 on 1 play. Actually, no, he threw 4 interceptions and then he fumbled the one. The stats are trying to come up now. Here we go. My Verizon pad doesn't like this game. Jalen Hurts, 1 fumble lost. He threw the 4 picks. He was 21 to 40, 240, no touchdowns, 4 interceptions. I was glad that they got Barkley involved. 20 carries, 122 yards, and touchdown, which is their identity, which can't be throwing 4 picks. And I have a feeling with Jalen is last year he just handed it off to Saquon and it opened everything else up. This year they got away from it. And I'm tired of hearing, well, the holes aren't there. The offensive line isn't as good. You don't abandon the run game. You just don't. It takes all the pressure off the quarterback. And I feel like Jalen feels like he has to keep everybody happy. And that just shouldn't be the case. A.J. Brown, 6 carries, 100 yards, so he's happy. Reed Blankenship, Jalix Hunt, Zach Bond, and Byron Young, 8 total tackles apiece. Chargers, Justin Herbert, 12 for 26, 139, a touchdown and a pick. He was sacked 7 times. So it wasn't like the Eagles' defense was playing bad. Collectively, the Chargers ran the ball 38 times for 169 yards. Kamani Vidal with a huge run, or no, receiving wise, he had the 1 reception, 1 catch for 60 yards. Day and Henley, 7 total tackles. We go to the team stats. It was a turnover fest. Philadelphia turned it over 5 times, the Eagles 3. I'm sorry, the Chargers 3 times. Just brutal. Brutal. Chargers were better on 3rd down. But again, you're +2 in the turnover category for the Chargers. Chargers defense held on to the end. Chargers 9-4, Eagles 8-5, giving the Cowboys even more hope. But the Eagles are going to have to win the division. Because if they slip any more, Rams, Seahawks are 10-3. 49ers, I think, are sitting there at 9-4. Bears, Packers. So the Eagles are going to have to win this division. Because they can't rely on a wild card. Some news and notes before I get to my Week 15 picks. Quarterback Phillip Rivers is unretiring to sign with the Colts practice squad. Okay, old man. Bronx man was charged with attempted murder in the shooting of Jets Chris Boyd. It's reported by Rich Samini, who covers the Jets for the ESPN network. Frederick Green, he was a 20-year-old Bronx man, was taken into custody to the University of Buffalo North Campus in Amherst, New York on Monday morning before being transported to a Midtown Manhattan Police Department where he was formally charged Tuesday. So they finally caught him. He will probably get the maximum. Marcus Freeman from Notre Dame is getting interest from NFL teams, but the Irish have said, Notre Dame has said that they will push to keep Freeman there. I would not know why Marcus Freeman would go to the NFL when right now he hasn't made it at Notre Dame. Peter Woods of Clemson, he's declared for the NFL draft. He is going to forego a bowl game. He is actually the number 1 ranked defensive tackle heading into the draft next April. Mike Tomlin came out and said today that DK Metcalf should not missed the Dolphins game with the injury. Nick Sirianni came out and said he plans to stay involved with the Eagles offense. Okay. And then I kind of found this interesting. Chris Rim reporting for ESPN. Ex-Chargers cornerback Quentin Jammer says that he played NFL games while drunk. Says he played several games while intoxicated. He said, true story, in 2011, I played completely shit-faced drunk in at least 8 games. Said he linked his drinking to personal struggles, saying his divorce led him to alcohol and that the revelation was an act of catharsis. So hopefully he has rectified that in his life. Of course, the Myles Garrett sack record. He might have the sack record by the end of the season, but we have to put asterisks next to those sacks because it'll be done in a 17-game season, not a 16-game season. They can do whatever they want. I don't care. So let's go to week 15, shall we? It all starts on Thursday where the Falcons travel to take on the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are favored by 4.5. This should be a get-right game for the Buccaneers. I'm taking the Buccaneers to win. Buccaneers are favored again by 4.5, like I said. I'm going to go Buccaneers 28, the Falcons 20. We go to the Sunday games at 1 p.m. on Fox. 3-10 Browns at the 9-4 Bears. Chicago's favored by 7.5. The game time temperature will be 6. I still think the Bears get right. I don't think it'll be close. I'm going to go Bears 24, Browns 17. 1 p.m. on CBS. Ravens at the Bengals. Baltimore's favored by 2.5. I have no idea. The Ravens are helter-skelter. The Bengals defense, and you know what? I'll go Ravens 24, Bengals 24. We'll just go with a tie. How's that? 1 p.m. on CBS, 9-4 Chargers at my 6-7 Chiefs. Kansas City somehow is favored by 4.5. Maybe because of the weather. 21 degrees at kickoff. I'm sorry. I can't do it. The Chiefs are just in disarray. I'm going to go Chargers 27, Chiefs 23. 1 p.m. on CBS, the 9-4 Bills at the 11-2 Patriots. Buffalo's favored by 1.5. New England coming off the bye week. Bills need to win this game in order for them to have a shot at the division. I get it. Patriots are having a spectacular year. I didn't see it out of the Patriots. I knew they'd be improved. Didn't think it would be this much. But the only thing that concerns me is the Bills' defense. I think they do just enough. I think the Bills get a close one. Bills 27, Patriots 24. 1 p.m. on Fox, 3-10 Commanders at the 2-11 Giants. Giants are favored by 1.5. Commanders are just a mess. Giants are no better. But because the Giants are at home, I'm going to go Giants 21, Commanders 17. 1 p.m. on Fox, the 2-11 Raiders at the 8-5 Eagles. Philadelphia is favored by 11.5. Good Lord. If the Eagles struggle with the Raiders, I don't see it. I think this will be a blowout. I'm going to go Eagles 35, the Raiders 14. 1 p.m. on CBS, 3-10 Jets at the 9-4 Jags. Jags favored by 12.5. Jets are just waiting for the season to be over. Jags in the thick of it here as far as playoffs go. I'll go Jags 35, Jets 14. 1 p.m. on Fox, the 3-10 Cardinals at the 8-5 Texans. Texans favored by 9.5. Texans defense is for real. Texans 30, Cardinals 17. Probably one of the games of the week, 4:25 p.m. on CBS, the 9-3-1 Packers at the 11-2 Broncos. a balmy 63 degrees in Denver on Sunday. Green Bay is favored by 2.5. Somebody might know something that I don't. Both defense. I think the Broncos have a little bit better defense. Packers have a little bit better offense. This is a tough one. I'm going to go Packers 24, Broncos 20. 4:25 p.m. on Fox. The 8-5 Lions at the 10-3 Rams. Rams favored by 5.5. Another tough one. Be a shootout probably. 55.5 is your over under. I'm going to go Rams 30, Lions 24. 4:25 p.m. on Fox. The 7-6 Panthers at the 3-10 Saints. Carolina favored by 2.5. Carolina coming off a bye. I think Carolina all day. I'm going to go Carolina 31, Saints 17. 4:25 p.m. on Fox. The 2-11 Titans at the 9-4 49ers. San Francisco favored by 12.5. Says blowout city written all over it. I'm going to go 49ers 38, Titans 14. 4:25 p.m. on CBS. 8-5 Colts at the 10-3 Seahawks. Seahawks are favored by 13.5. Probably because Daniel Jones it's Riley Leonard. I'm going to go Seahawks 33, Colts 21. 8:20 p.m. on NBC and Peacock. 5-8 Vikings at the 6-1 Cowboys. Dallas favored by 5.5. I think the Cowboys at home may get it done. I'm going to go Cowboys 27, Vikings 24. And on Monday night, the 6-7 Dolphins at the 7-6 Steelers. Pittsburgh favored by 3. Kickoff temperature 21 degrees. Steelers 28, Dolphins 21. So there you have it. Those are the picks. Coming up later on at 7 o'clock here on the Cole County Entertainment Network, another edition of Early Eating and Sports Buffet with the Ginch. Or, yes, and that would be me, said Ginch. Thanks for everybody that tunes in live. Thanks for everybody that checks out the replay. It's greatly appreciated. Just trying to see if anything came over the wire here. I'm not really seeing anything. I'm looking. Nope, no real updates. So take a break. And at 7 o'clock back here on the Cole County Entertainment Network, it will be Early Eating Sports Buffet at the Ginch. I'll see you at the top.
Lights are bright, the field's alive. 4 yards to glory where legends thrive. Ryan F's the name, the game's the grind. Big hits, big plays, the crowds a roar. Every inch matters when you're fighting for more.